Happy New Week, guys, and welcome to today's prediction analysis. If you are new to the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our Telegram channel as well for more winning tips. So, um, I mean, what else can I say? You just have to stay strong, guys. I do understand what's going on. These guys are literally out for blood. So, I know there are people who do multiple bet slips. But what's happening right now is you can literally do three bet slips to show you how challenging they've made things to be. You can do three bet slips and only one ticket will fly. Are you profitable? So that's the issue. It never used to be that way. People could do three tickets of different matches and at least two would deliver. Right now, they've done it such that the teams you will eventually pick will end up be the ones that will mess you up. So it's the situation we are in, but there's going to be stability. But what we need to do now, we need to go back to what we did when we experienced a situation like this. We need to, and I typically call it anti-betting tactics. So using a few betting tactics that you usually or typically wouldn't employ at this point. So I'm going to use it on one or two of these matches, and I think it should fly. Another thing we will do is we shall also try to focus on smaller teams with the efficacy and desire to win. Because I don't know if guys have realized, most of these small teams, there is a bit of consistency with the smaller teams and even smaller leagues. It's only with these big established teams that you realize that when you expect them to win, they lose. When you expect them to lose, they end up winning. So the first game we have here is Latvia. We used to feature this team a lot, but they were on break and their season just resumed. I think they've played one league game so far, and they did very well in their first game of the season. So they played Supernova and did beat them by 2 goals to 0. And just look at their form, and they won their last three friendlies. They did very well, lost once and drew once. These were club friendlies, so you wouldn't expect them to be competitive. Then, I mean, just look at their head to head against this team. They've beaten them every single time, 5 out of 5, as you can see. Then, the away team has been okay. They've mostly played club friendlies, so and they've done well. So, but the truth of the matter is that the home team is the team that typically wins their league. And as you can see with the head to head, this is not a match for them. The away team isn't a team to match them. And they want to keep consolidating their position on the table by winning this game. They want to get to the top. It's usually a challenge between Riga FC and the team that is currently number one. So those are the two teams that usually battle it out, and they want to do everything possible to pick a positive result. So what am I going with? For today's match, I'm going with a straight win. I believe Riga will use home advantage and everything within them to win today's game. So I'm going with a straight win, and the odd for today's straight win for Riga FC is 1.35. So 1.35. So a straight win for Riga FC at odds of 1.35. The second game we have here is Lazio Udinese. So in Italy Serie A. And Lazio, this is another very inconsistent team, very unpredictable, extremely unpredictable. And that's why we have to use a slightly different betting approach for them. So, what are we going with? If you have noticed, Lazio don't score many goals at home. And even when they score, they concede. That's the thing with them. And then you check their head to head, especially their recent head to head. Just look at their recent head to head. Lazio doesn't score many goals, and they don't also concede. a lot. So, but the betting approach we are using is this market. We are saying that no team will score three or more goals in a row. So you have this betting market in one X bet and sporty bet. It looks very good to happen. It's the type of game that if Lazio scores, Udinese will equalize, or at the end of the day, it's likely to be a low scoring affair. Udinese doesn't concede or score too many, as you can see. It's only been once out of their last five matches that they conceded a whole lot. So, but Lazio is in very bad form in these moments. They're in very, very shabby form, as you can see. They're not the best in this time. So, what am I going with? I and it's also important we check their standings on the table. So when you check their standings on the table, um, as you can see, Udinese they're trying to match up, see how they can get into the top six places. Lazio as well. So ultimately, it's not a game that should produce many goals. It's not also the type of game that one team will win by 5-0, 4-1. No, it's going to be very close and tight in 90 minutes. So I'm saying that no team will score three or more goals in a row. And the odd for this to happen is 1.22. The next fixture we have is from the Spain La Liga. It's Espanyol and Girona. So when you look at this Espanyol team, they don't score many and they also don't concede a lot. You see, even when they played Athletic Bilbao and people were thinking, oh, Athletic Bilbao will score a lot of goals, this game did not produce up to three goals. When they hosted Valladolid, you would expect that a lot of goals would be produced. It didn't produce more than three goals. So, what am I saying? This is a fixture that shouldn't produce a lot of goals. Girona too don't do a lot of goals. Their matches have mostly produced under 3.5 goals. So, what am I going with? I believe this is a fixture that shouldn't produce more than 3.5 goals. So I'm going with under 3.5 goals for the entirety of this match. Under 3.5 goals. And the odd for this to happen is 1.25. So when you put everything together, you have a 2 plus odds for your benefit. The matches look good. Riga should win. A very competitive team, as you can see. They win all their home matches. They have a superior head to head over this other. Lazio. Lazio is currently they are not the type of team to score too many goals at home. The only time that they scored a lot of goals was against Monza. Monza is a newly promoted team. I think they're newly promoted, but they've not been in good form. This Monza team. Udinese and Monza are not on the same level. Udinese is more decent than Monza. And Udinese too, they don't score and they also don't concede a lot. Right, as you can see with the away form. Even when they hosted Napoli or went away to Napoli, look at what happened. It ended 1-1. And Napoli is far stronger than 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 Lazio. So I think they'll be able to hold their own against this Udinese team. Sorry, against the Lazio. Okay. So everything put together gives you 2 plus odds. And I want to wish you the very best today. May God be with everybody. The games look very good, and let's see how we can win. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.